In fact, Rishabh, my colleague, continues to stay with us. Rishabh, a big statement, in fact, an admission coming to the fore from Justin Trudeau, who himself has admitted that there are Khalistani elements present on the Canadian soil, which very much proves what India has been saying.
Well, definitely. See, there are two things to what Justin Trudeau has said. First, yes, a big admission that yes, there are Khalistani elements, and for the first time, the Khalistani elements have been segregated from the Sikh community as a whole, which means that Canada also understands that the Sikh community as a whole do not subscribe to the notion of Khalistan, and more or less it is, in a way, very categorically shown that the Khalistani element, which has a very small proportion of the Sikh community in Canada, is being harbored by the political masters of Canada. A. B, in the same sentence, using Modi's government supporters and Khalistanis, and then saying that while Khalistanis do not, represent the whole of Sikh community, Modi supporters do not represent the whole of Hindu community. That is something that is problematic. You cannot, compare apple with oranges. Khalistanis are terrorists, they are extremists, and that is something that have been proven time and again. Most of these Khalistani extremists are proscribed terrorists here in India, and many of them are even proscribed terrorists in various parts of the world as well. The group that has, there are groups who subscribe to Khalistan have been behind one of the deadliest bombing for a Canadian airline, and for the Canadian history, and Indian airline. Kanishka in 1982 was bombed by them. Comparing them with government of India supporter is definitely, in a way, further provocating, escalating the situation that already has seen a nosedive when it comes to diplomatic relationship between India and Canada.
Right. Rishabh, please stay with us. Thank you for that context, but please stay with us. We are now shifting focus to another story from Canada itself. Now, in a big blow for Indian students, Canada has abruptly terminated its popular Student Direct Stream, or SDS program, ending a fast-track study permit process that had helped thousands of international students quickly secure visas. Now, launched in 2018, the SDS by the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada aimed to simplify the visa application process for students from 14 countries, including India, China and Philippines, who met specific requirements. Now, the students will have to apply via Canada's regular study permit system. Applications received before the program's cutoff at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on November 8 will still be processed under SDS or NSE rules, but future applications will go through the regular stream, which still permits the use of a guaranteed investment certificate for the financial proof, but does not guarantee expedited processing. Now, Canada has justified their decision by saying that ending the SDS would support equal opportunities for all the students, eliminating fast-track options based on nationality. My colleague Rishabh continues to stay with us. Rishabh, help us understand the difference between the SDS process and now the regular permit process that is in place through which the applications of the Indian students will be going through.
Well, if we talk about SDS process, it was started in 2018, and this was for those students who immediately need visa for an admission. For example, there is I apply for a course in Canada, and the application process takes time. The admission comes just weeks before the actual course is scheduled to begin, and that's when the SDS visa was very supportive, given that this was a normal case that the admission letters, the admission offers were being released to foreign nationals just weeks ago, or at times days ago, days before the course was to be commenced, and that's when the SDS was brought in, and students did benefit from it, given that via SDS their visa process was expedited, and they were given visa in time for them to be able to join the course from the word go. But now that there have been a lot of changes in the visa policy of Canada, they are also curbing on the immigration, given that they now say that the inflation, rentals of residency or other issues are growing because the immigrations have not been controlled, and they want to temporarily put a stopgap on immigration, and hence in that process only the SDS visa process has also been withheld for now. And what does this mean for students? Which means now they have to go through the study permit, which means they have to furnish the n number of documents that are to be published, bank statements, investment, reason why Canada should give you a visa, the course that you're doing, whether that course will enhance your capabilities or you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. All these proofs will have to be given, and post that it will be looked into. So the process becomes a 2 to 3 to 4 month process, and that the students will suffer from here. So definitely, while Canada is trying to tune in its internal issues, it's creating nothing but issues for the foreign nationals and the foreign students, who, by the way, gives at least 17% of the GDP of Canada.
Right. Absolutely, Rishabh. Thank you for getting us all those details and for that context as well. With that, we're now